Go.
Right, I need to tell you something about sandwiches. Now, sandwiches are a very, very important part of the staple diet of the British nation. Basically, they're made from bread, and you put this kind of a greasy layer on the bread, normally butter, but it can be any type of oil, and then you put a filling inside it. Now, the fillings can consist of things like ham or cheese or anything. You could put jam on a sandwich, you could even put lettuce on a sandwich, you could put anything like that on a sandwich. But the basic idea of the
Could you put pizza on the
grease
sandwich?
that you put on the bread and between the filling is that the grease stops if you put like wet lettuce on it in a sandwich, for example, it stops the water from penetrating the bread. So when you've made your sandwich, what you normally do is cut it. Now you can cut it in several different ways. If you're fancy and perhaps you was having cucumber sandwiches, because back in the Victorian times, cucumber sandwiches were very, very expensive. And cucumber was a very expensive fruit that was imported from, I think it was imported from Spain at the time. But anyway, excuse me, I'm talking about sandwiches, Nanny.
Would you like a glass?
But if you have cucumber sandwiches, it was normal to quarter the bread, so you cut it in 4 kind of quarters, so they look like 4 little triangular pieces. But you can cut them in half, and you can cut them in half so they look like triangles, or you can cut them in half so they look like oblong, sort of rectangular square things, or you can cut them in 4 squares. But whatever way you do, you can cut them, however you like. Now, there's another nuance with sandwiches that's very particular to this country. It's the way you stack them on the plate. Now you can stack them just in a big heap on the plate, or you can place them in kind of neat soldier-like, in a soldier-like formation across the plate. Now that is the normal way that ladies do it, but men just normally just cut, make the sandwiches and stick them on the plate. Now you can have 2 sorts of sandwiches. There are normal sandwiches, or you can have toasted sandwiches. Now, if you have a cheese sandwich, for example, a toasted sandwich is a very, very nice thing to have. Now, in my next video, I shall be telling you a little bit more about sandwiches and their effects on animals. Good night.